Hi all and welcome back to Next Stitch Designs with me Sylvia. In today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful and super easy hat. So for today's hat I'll be using a simply chunky yarn, and of course you can use any yarn you want, and also the recommended hook size. I'll be using 6mm hook for my yarn today. You will need two pom-poms, but you can create your own. You don't need to use the same like me. You will need a stitch marker, yarn needle, pair of scissors, and measuring tape. And this is how you measure your head. So you start just between your eyebrows and you go to the top of your head as seen here. And we are going to start with the slip knot. Hold your yarn and like so, wrap it around your two fingers and create a cross. Go under this first one, on top of the second one, pull it down and twist your hook and release. And this is your slip knot. For our head, we are going to chain 33. So yarn over and pull through the loop like so. Yarn over and pull through. And make sure your stitches are loose, not too tight. So continue until you get 33 chains. And our brim will be for 8 chains. So you will count 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are going to place a stitch marker. So this is our 8th stitch. And now we'll simply continue chaining. So once we have our chain ready and the stitch marker in the 8th stitch, we are ready to move forward. And we are going to work into the second stitch from your hook, and we are going to place a single crochet into that stitch like this. And we'll be placing single crochet in every stitch until you get to your stitch marker. So be working like so all the way down until you get here. And this is my last stitch here. And where is my stitch marker? I will be working slip stitch. Okay, so just take your stitch marker out so it's not in the way. And we are going to slip stitch into this stitch here. So insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through the loop you have on your hook like so. And this is your first slip stitch. Replace your stitch marker like so. And we'll be working slip stitching like this until you come to the end. So placing slip stitches in every stitch all the way down. And the last one here, slip stitch and chain 1. Turn your work, and we should have something like this. Okay, so for this row, we'll be working into this second stitch from your hook, but only into the back loops like this. So you can see this is front loop and your back loop, and we'll be working only in the back loop, but we will be working slip stitching. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop you had on your hook like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one will be, where is my stitch marker? So place the slip stitch there, and you have 8 slip stitches. And we are going to take our stitch marker out, pull up the loop a little bit, and replace the stitch marker. And from now on, we'll be working into these horizontal loops here in the front, as you can see. So all these little ones, as you can see, you have front loop and the back loop, and these tiny ones in the front, and into those we'll be working single crochet. So insert your hook, and you can help yourself with your finger to pull the loop a little bit. That's why all our stitches should be loose, not too tight, so it's much easier to go through those tiny loops, and simply just do single crochet. So here my little one is hiding. I got it now, as you can see. So help yourself like this with your finger, it's much easier. And we will continue like this in every stitch, and simply do single crochet like so. So we'll be working like this all the way down until you come to your last one here. Chain 1 and turn your work, and you can see this beautiful ribbing. And now we will be working exactly the same. So we'll be working into these horizontal little loops in the front, and we'll be working in every single one until we get to our stitch marker. Okay, and then we'll do slip stitching again. So we chain 1 like this, and do single crochet in those horizontal little loops. So I have one here, one more. Oopsie daisy, little bit tricky to get through those tiny loops. So now where is my stitch marker? Again, we'll be working slip stitching as we did before, but only in the back loops. So get your stitch marker out again so it's not in the way, and do your first slip stitch like so, and you can replace your stitch marker if you want, so it's much easier to know where to start your slip stitching, and simply do slip stitching in the back loops all the way down. And my last one, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and the last one, 8th, like so. Slip stitch, chain 1, and turn your work. And that's what you are going to do for the rest of your head. So you will be working slip stitching for 8 stitches, back loop only, and then once you get to your proper stitches, remember we won't be working into the stitches, but we'll be working into these horizontal tiny stitches in the front, as you can see here, and you already know how to do it. So again, start in the second one, do slip stitches for 8 stitches like so until you get to your stitch marker. Replace your stitch marker, as you can see it's in the way, so just get it out, do your last slip stitch, put the stitch marker back. So that's your 8 stitches done, and again single crochet, and that's what you are going to do for the rest of your head. So chain 1 and turn your work, and you can see the ribbing is looking amazing, and then our slip stitches, as you can see. So that's how you are going to work building your head, as many rows as you need to wrap it around your head. And you should have something like this. You can see this beautiful slip stitching is very stretchy, so make sure it's more tighter on your head than loose, otherwise because yarn will stretch, so it may get too big for you. So wrap it around your head tightly. That's how I like it, so the head will sit nicely. So I have 18 inches long head. So I have 18 inches and 45 centimeters. Next, we are ready to sew our head. We are going to sew like this. With the yarn needle or your hook. I will use my hook. So insert your hook in the corner and pull through the loop on the opposite side like this, and chain 1. On the side closer to you, you're gonna go under this front loop only, and on the opposite side you're gonna go under the both. and you are going to do slip stitch like this into the next front loop and on the opposite side and do slip stitch like so, and in every stitch across, and that's how we are going to create our ribbing for this seam. And you can see the ribbing here. So continue down. As you come to your last stitches here, so I have one, and for the last one, I like to go under the both loops, so front and back, and simply finish it with the slip stitch, and this way it will be much stronger. Chain one, and it should be nicely in the level. So now you can see our ribbing, the seam, and it's blending in nicely. So we are ready to fasten off like so. And of course, don't forget to hide the ends with your yarn needle. Turn it inside out, and you can see this is our ribbing we created, and this can be your right side, or you can turn your head inside out and have the seam like this. So it's up to you whichever way you prefer. So I think I will stay with this one. So the ribbing I created will be inside my head. So once we are ready, we are going to prepare the wrong side up, and we are ready to sew the top of our head. Okay, so this is our seam. So for me, this will be inside. So let's sew our head. Create a slip knot. I'll be using my hook, but I will go size down for tighter stitch. So I will use 5mm hook, okay, instead of 6. So get the slip knot of your hook, insert your hook in this corner here, place the slip knot back on your hook and chain 1. Now we'll be sewing until we get to the middle part. So let's just mark the middle part with the stitch marker. So where is our seam? On the opposite side will be our half, and let's continue sewing the top like so. So you will do single crochet in every stitch on one side, on the other side, like so. Make sure you spread the stitches nicely and not too far apart so you won't get big gaps. So continue placing single crochet like this. You can hide your end as you go, and as you come closer to the middle part, we will do something little bit different. Okay, so as I'm coming closer, Now, as I'm nearly in the middle, I will do 2 single crochet together on one half and 2 single crochet together on the other half. So let me just show you. So insert your hook, bring the loop up like this and insert it again, yarn over and bring it up. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's what you are going to do on the other half as well. Just get your stitch marker out so it's not in the way. So insert like this, 3 loops on your hook and pull through all 3, and this is 2 single crochet together. And simply just continue placing single crochet. As you can see, I done a mistake because I placed my next stitch too far apart, so let's just do it again, not too far apart the stitches, and just place single crochet nicely like so. Like this, chain 1 and fasten off. So what we did, as we done those 2 single crochet together on one side and 2 on the other side, we have sides lifting up a little bit, so it's gonna give us a really nice effect for our head. Now just hide the ends like so. And of course at the top as well. Now stretch it a little bit, form it nicely so you got these corners higher. And now for the pom-poms. I'm going to show you 2 ways how to sew these pom-poms because I tried them both and I want to show you that you have 2 options. So my pom-poms are with these loops, okay? So you can place the button at the corner and simply just place your pom-pom, or you can sew it like so with the loop. So I show you how to sew it first. So simply just prepare your yarn needle with the yarn, insert it inside your head like this, get to this corner and take the loop on your pom-pom and go through it like so. So this is your first option with the loop. So sew it like this, go back inside your head like this. Just be careful with the needle, get it out and make a knot as tight as you can. You can do 2-3 knots and then just cut the yarn off. So this is our first way how to sew this pom-pom. But as you can see, the pom-pom is moving a lot, so you can do 2-3 stitches in one place. But for the second option, I think it will look much nicer. So this is our first option. And now I show you how to do the second one because I tried them both and I think the second one is much better, but I still wanted to show you that you can decide which way you prefer. Okay, so for the second option, you are going to do exactly the same. Insert your needle in the head and grab your pom-pom. But this time we are going to ignore this little loop and we are going to insert our needle inside the pom-pom as deep as you can, like so. So you go like so. As you can see, I'm ignoring my loop and get your needle out. Maybe a little bit tricky, so just be careful. But this way, your pom-pom will sit nicely on that corner. So simply just go back. As you can see here, it's not moving a lot and it's exactly on that corner and it's look really well. So I think I'm gonna go with this option too. And I'm going to fix that first one, but it's up to you. If you like your pom-poms to move around more, then you can go with the option number 1. So simply just finish this pom-pom with 2-3 knots like this, as tight as you can. Cut it off and don't forget to hide your ends. And let me show you this pom-pom and this first pom-pom. It's a big difference. This one is moving a lot. The second one is not. So you choose. I will fix my first one. And this is our beautiful and very unique head with 2 black pom-poms. So we have done the top, we have done our ribbing and beautiful stitching. And I really love this head. It's very cozy and very unique. So please don't forget to like my video, share my video, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel Unique Stitch Designs. Thank you very much for watching.